Alright, so this video is going to be about my mentoring experiment. I got myself a mentor because I've read about it in so many books. Like the most common life advice I ever hear is like, get the mentor. It's a way to cut the learning curve, to like stand on the shoulder of giants, walk the same path as someone who's walked there before, who's maybe ahead, and it's someone who's going where you try to go, but are like several uh, miles ahead of you. I had two main reasons why I wanted to have a mentor. First off, I wanted to try my wings. I want to create a business for myself and build services and just try that because I have this entrepreneurial urge and I haven't really acted on it. So I thought, well, if I get a business mentor, then I have to come up with a business. But because I've been procrastinating for so many years. Just like I wanted to find the perfect idea before I start, but uh, let's face it, it's not coming. So I thought maybe if I change it around and get a business mentor first, then I will have to find my goal, and then my subconscious might get into work, and I will get the idea that I've been waiting for. So that was one thing. The second thing is that, yeah, mentoring is probably the most common life advice that I receive from books. If you read memoirs or anything, like, the importance of mentors is huge, but nobody has a mentor. I don't know anyone who has a mentor. So I really wanted to try that out because, yeah, and see if it's true. Like, is there any truth behind it? Um, but it took me a while to find someone. I mean, you can't just find a mentor. Of course, you can hire a coach, but that's not really what I wanted to do. So it took me a while to find a mentor, but one day I got a DM from a friend who is a friend from Instagram that I've been talking to for the last 4 years or so, and he asked me if he said his mentor, this guy is a business guy, and he says my mentor is looking for, he has an open slot and maybe you want it, and he said it was it 2,400, no, $240 for half an hour or so, and I said that's way too much. But then the idea struck me, and I asked this guy, the business guy, like, maybe you can mentor me instead. And he was like, yeah, maybe I can. And he gave me a price. So I became his. So this was the first time he took on a mentee. And actually, after this, he started a mentoring service. So we decided he was going to be my mentor. He's going to spend 30, I think our setup was 30 minutes each month for a mentoring session. Now, in practice, generally our sessions are about 1 hour through Skype or through a Zoom call. I started this in November, and I'm now 8 months in, and it's been quite a ride actually. And so today I'm going to talk about some of the pros and like what I've experienced, pros and cons, and what I've been experiencing during this period. So how does a month look like when you have a mentor? Well, for us, what we do is that I have accountabilities each month. These are statements and goals that I want to achieve in the month. They could be my own ideas or my mentors based on our conversations. So usually we have 3 of them each month, and these are the things that he will follow up on and check in on and track my progress through. And these accountabilities are usually things that I wouldn't do if I didn't have someone watching me, so to speak. What would be a few examples? Also, one accountability was to get. I started a book club. That was my first business idea because I have this book account on Instagram. I started a book club and I started to turn it into paid service. So one of the accountabilities was get 10 customers in the book club. Another accountability was to write down all my goals. So we did this huge goal exercise, and it was super helpful, where I stated my short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals for myself, and you did really thorough exercise around this, and they really aligned with like what I wanted to achieve. So that was super powerful. Another accountability was, yeah, you need to contact 20 people about my video editing service. So that was another thing I did. So those are the accountability parts. Then throughout the month, I get text messages um, of him checking in on me and my progress. Also, if he finds something in a book he reads or a YouTube video that is talking about the things that I'm struggling with, he sends it my way. It could be motivational stuff or very practical stuff. Like once I got a video about, oh, here's how you use SEO, search engine optimization, on your WordPress page. That could be a very typical one. And other ideas on just how I can just step up my game all the time. What has been the main benefits of all of this? I think the first one that I struggled with was, since I come from an employee background, I really struggled to ask people for money. So I started 3 businesses now. I have one video editing service where I help entrepreneurs and thought leaders and freeing up their time by providing video content for them. I even do implementation, full implementation, like done for you social media service, basically social media management. So I have this full control over the client's social media, and I take their video content, turn it into like bite-sized snippets, and I post it on the social media with captions and everything. The other one is Video Lab, which is it's like Toastmasters online. It's a club environment for people who want to start doing video content for their social media, but maybe they feel a bit insecure and camera shy and want to practice a little bit before. So I gathered a group of people that practice and give each other feedback when it comes to video content. The third business has been my book club. And a big problem I had was asking people for money. I come from a employer background, as I said, and like doing sales, marketing, and asking people for money doesn't come natural for me, not at all. And that was something that Ben, my mentor, really helped me with, overcoming that obstacles. And now it's like it's not a problem. Another big one is that I learned like the business owner mindset and be able to delegate, because let's face it, one of the goals I have with my businesses is I want to be able to have them work without me. So I've started to learn to delegate and to outsource stuff. So that's been huge, because I'm working full time while I do this. I just spend my evenings working on my company. So delegating has been absolutely crucial for me, not just spreading myself too thin and stressing out too much. And learning that mindset has been so valuable. Another thing that's been super beneficial is that if you have a mentor, they're very detached from you. I mean, I get, of course, very attached and nearsighted when it comes to my businesses. But if you have a mentor, they can look at the business quite objectively and tell me like what are the strategic moves that I need to do, and they can also call me on my bullshit when I fool myself and say that I don't have time for stuff. And they're like, have you looked at how you spend your time? And then I maybe have to report on my time, and you can see like, okay, well, you spend some time doing this thing, take that time and put it here, and you will solve that problem you have with your time or whatever. Because there's so many ways that we limit ourselves, basically, and let ourselves get away with not putting in the effort needed. And having a mentor there watching you really helps you push yourself. Another super beneficial exercise that we did, where we were really focusing on a vision for myself and creating goals that were in line with this vision. And these goals are timed, they're epic, they excite me, and I've written them down on a one pager, and also have actually recorded them so I can listen to them every day. And working this, I mean, I've set goals for myself every year, like everyone does, or most people do. But this time I've been so thorough, and they're so much in line with what I wanted to do, that it's been super helpful. So what's the verdict of all of this? I have to say that all those books I read about people talking about and raving about mentors, they were right. I mean, this has been absolutely a game changer for me. Having someone watching me, pushing me, like, it's absolutely cutting the learning curve. And I put in much more work. I progress much faster than I would ever do on myself. Of course, it's a pain in the ass to have someone pushing you all the time. Like it feels like, can't I just relax? But at the same time, these goals, they are important to me, and I can do it by myself. And also having that objective view on the things you do, like this person that just come in your life, he totally detached from the companies and services you're building. They can go in with really pinpoint the mistakes I make, the priorities that I have wrong, and all of that, and it's just priceless. And another unexpected thing that's been very positive is just having a partner like that. I don't have many people in my around me that are doing business and doing this type of work. And having someone who is so set on succeeding in business, it's really nice to have someone to talk to that has the same mindset that you need to have to start your business. So it feels really nice to be able to talk to someone that has been where I am right now, who can relate and who can just help me and motivate me when I don't feel like I get that support from my regular environment. So it's a great support as well. It's pushing me, but it's also comforting in a way and supportive. So I have to say that this experiment has really paid off, and I'm going to continue. I'm 8 months in now. I've already started 3 different incentives. I feel like I'm spreading myself thin. I have a lot of tension going on. I'm pushing myself, and sometimes I actually just want to quit. But I guess that's business, and I just have to get into it. But it's so fun to finally trying to realize these ambitions. So I'm super happy about this experiment, and I think you should try to get a coach. You can just try it out. Like of course, this hurts your pocket, and I guess that's why you do all the accountabilities and all of that. But so once in your life, try to hire a mentor. I definitely recommend it.